Tak buat.
Tensi A memang ada kan hari ni?
Assalamualaikum and a very good morning everyone. Sehat semua?
Waalaikumsalam.
Glad to see so many of you who came back and I'm very glad that many of you joined back. Prof Suzana, apa khabar? Lamanya tak jumpa.
Aduh, besok nak vaksin lah. Saya tak sedap.
Prof Raja sihat?
Alhamdulillah, how are you? I'm glad that you have
Alhamdulillah.
done this. It's benefited a lot
Thank
of
you
us.
for joining. Ni profesor ni dah expert pun nak join
Mana ada expert, Masya Allah. Ngantuk guru ni.
Thank you for joining. Okay.
Prof
Yes.
Suria, nanti kalau nak minta bagi itu group of students.
Hello, tak dengar. Can you speak louder please?
Nanti kalau nak minta Prof bagi itu my MBA student.
MBA student?
Ya, boleh tak?
Oh, insyaAllah ni daripada UPNN
Ya, Cik ni Prof.
Oh, Cik Gorgeous. Okay. Alright. Bagi tahu awal. Ya, insyaAllah. Bila saya, insyaAllah lah dah pencen ni macam
Keep moving.
keep moving. Yeah, that's the word, keep moving. Hello? Saya.
Prof,
Ya, sila. Prof MC masuk dah?
not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Kita menunggu dia ke?
Okay, tak tu. Okay, no problem. So I saw numbers came back last week. Yeah, thank you. I saw someone from China. Can you just raise your hand and please open up your video? I want to see China friends there, please. I couldn't read your name. It's in Chinese scripts. Meng Zhang, you're from China, Meng Zhang. Fan He. Hopefully those from China, from Arab who came last week, hopefully you able to see and understand. Sometimes my pronunciation or maybe my when I try to present, to address, it will not be sound as familiar to you. You just can raise your hand or you can just put your write down at the chat box so that I'm able to address issues that you have encountered. Yeah. I'm juggling with my camera right now. The internet is not good. The weather here is not helping me. Yeah. Can you all hear me?
Yes, Doctor, we can.
Oh, thank you. Wow, I see numbers coming. Thank you. Azwin, thank you. You were very early, Azwin. Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Jen, you're from Zhang? Meng Zhang?
Yes, I'm from China.
Okay. Welcome to Malaysia. What time is there now?
This time is 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock.
Yes.
Midnight.
Yeah, the morning.
Oh, I see. You are nearer to. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You are ahead of us 2 hours. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. So I saw many of your colleagues come back for this week's session. Okay.
Assalamualaikum.
Okay. NCA is already here. Our DBCA. Okay. Silakan.
Shall we start, Prof?
Yes, please.
Okay. Greeting, ladies and gentlemen. May I have your attention? This webinar series is about to begin. Honorable guest, Prof. Nik Muhammad as Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic and International University Malaysia Kelantan. Our special panel today, Prof. Dr. Suria Baba. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum and good morning, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to welcome you to all to this webinar series, Work with Suria, WWS Qual Research. For your information, this seminar has 6 series. Today is the second series under title Building Statement of Problem and for Formation of Theoretical Framework. In this webinar, we would like to hear about how to identify theoretical framework, what the suitable reference in the interest area, and many more to discover. First of all, we would like to take this opportunity to invite Prof. Nik Muhammad, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic and International University Malaysia Kelantan, to give us the opening remark. Please, Prof.
Good morning, everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And thank you so much, Dr. Najmi, as the Masters of Ceremony for today. Okay, first of all, I would like Okay, sorry. Yeah, this is the disturbance in the IT. All right, so let me continue. So I would like to congratulate all the participants today. I've seen there are about more than 50 participants today. So congratulations.
84 right now.
Sorry, how many?
84.
85. Wow. Congratulations, PKPA, for organizing such an amazing program. And again, congratulations to everyone here to put your time, your energy, everything to have a new knowledge with Professor Suria. So again, I would like to say my grateful thanks to PKPA, especially Professor Suria Baba, for organizing this seminar under the topic, under the theme called Work with Suria, WWS, Qual Research. And this is a topic 2. I was informed that there are 6 series, and the series 1 or topic 1 has been a tremendous acceptance by many from various countries, I hope. Just now we saw somebody from China, in fact from the African countries and so on. So with this, I hope also UMK staff, if there's students who are doing PhD, also can benefit from this seminar. So my hope that you all put attention and grab as much knowledge, information, and experience from Prof. Suria related to qualitative research. As all of us know that Prof. Suria once upon a time was the president of Qualitative Association, and she has a lot of experience supervising PhD students related to qualitative methodology. So with that, I don't have much to say because I know that you are longing and can't wait to listen to Prof. Suria's talk for today. So again, congratulations everyone. Thanks to PKPA, and of course welcome for those who just joined. Maybe you missed the first topic, and of course there are 4 more series after this. So welcome to WWS seminar with Prof. Suria. So with that, I appreciate this seminar, and again have a fruitful seminar and grab as much knowledge and ask a lot of questions, from Prof. Suria. So with that, thank you very much for inviting me, and again, enjoy your seminar. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, Prof. With DVCA.
Thank you very much, Prof, for the quick information. In the previous first seminar, we have a huge number of participants, including from local and international, such as from Indonesia, China, Saudi Arabia, and America.
Wow.
Before the presentation begins, allow us to introduce the panel. Prof. Dr. Suria Baba, very experienced in teaching and learning, and have received many recognitions from local and international for excellent achievements. She was the past president, Qual Research Associate of Malaysia, QRAM, and vivo consultant for ASEAN Pacific Malaysia. Recently, as the director to Center for Excellence and Academic Development, UNCO, she played major role in supporting the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic and International, to steer the direction of university leadership throughout achievement, the university strategic goal related to teaching and learning. Without further ado, I would like to welcome Prof. Dr. Suria Baba to deliver the presentation. All right, Prof.
Okay, terima kasih. I think I have something technical here. Saya keluar balik semua and then saya masuk. Boleh?
All right, Prof.
Okay, before that, I wish to thank our DVCA who are very packed in her schedule. Thank you, Prof. Nik Mahiran, for your support. And thank you to everyone who are here, who able to make time from all over the world. This is amazing. Yeah, this is amazing. Okay, I will go out for a while. Then I think the secretariat should put the link now so that they can go through all the worksheets that need to be done during these durations of my talk. And secretariat put all the worksheet now. Suppose we have done that before. Okay. Please everyone, there is a worksheet there. This is the hands-on that we are going to do afterward. So please go through all the 5 worksheets so that you're able to know how to develop or to construct statement of problem. Everyone, can you do that? And I have a big hand there. Or before that, can we take pictures since our DVCA is here? Boleh tak? Can you all unmute? Cuma saya. Okay. Nak gambar.
All right, everyone.
I have a problem. Okay.
Where are you, Prof. Suria? We just
Yeah, my internet is not good now. I'm dealing with that Prof. Okay, it's very good. Okay.
Wow, happening ni lagu belakang tu, Prof.
Betul lah.
Background. Sorry, I tak put on my camera, Prof. Tak apa. Ambil gambar
Okay.
dia.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, while I exit for a while, for a second, everyone look at the chat box and go through all the worksheets. Please, Prof. The NCA, thank you so much.
thank you. I'll
Welcome.
stay. I just want to listen to
Yeah.
The song. The song.
Happy betul tu.
Itulah, happy betul. Pagi-pagi kita happy, Prof.
Sorry, Prof. Sorry for the hiccup, everyone. We wait for Prof. Suria to restart the meet.
Dr. Najmi kat mana tu? Lautan mana tu?
Oh, actually, just a background, Prof. Rosita. I'm in the Tajuk campus.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so, Prof. Suria. Unmute, Prof. Sorry, Prof. Suria, unmute.
So can you all look through the worksheet that the secretary has posted at the chat box? So how many worksheets is there?
We have two. So far we have two.
Two?
Yeah.
How
Suppose
many
it to be
pages you mean? It's 16 pages.
is five worksheet Haja.
We have combined worksheet.
This one? Okay, thank you.
Basically, the worksheet was combined.
Yeah, it's combined. Yeah. All right. This is what technology when I'm in the midst of a presentation, there are the problems. Okay. Can my staff Aja, can you upload here is can you all see or not? While reading, I would like to post. Can you all see?
Prof,
Nampak tak?
tak nampak bro.
Tak nampak.
Bro nak share slide ke apa ni bro?
Okay, please share my slide. Okay.
Alright,
All right. Thank you, Najmi, for your help.
no problem. Can you see the slide, everyone? Seminal Topical Series 2.
Yes, we can.
Yes,
Okay.
you can see.
Okay. Okay. Everyone, there's a bit technical, but basically you listen. You can hear my voice, right? Okay. So, did you all know that there is a formula when you want to construct your statement of problem? Any one of you? Do you have some kind like principles or formula when you wanted to construct your statement of problem? This is more like a discussion. You can just pop in and answer my question. Yeah, you can always pick up and interject me. Do you have some sort of, when you supervise your students or you're supervising your student during where they are stuck in formulating of statement problem, did you have some kind like elements or principles or like so forth, like a formula to create or to construct your statement of problem?
No
May
Prof.
I? Supervisors here?
Yes, no
Oh,
Prof.
not yet. Okay. Terima kasih, Prof. Rosita. Okay. That is very, very direct. Okay. Others, PhD student, do you know there are a formula or there are some way in constructing for a statement of problem? There are principles on doing that. Do you know that? I would like
We
to
don't know
have,
about the principles, but we have idea how to start it, how to construct it. We have fine idea about that.
okay, good. Thank you, Mr. Ahmed.
Yes.
Right, good. Okay. Yeah, those who were not here last week, I would like just to recap. Yeah, to recap what is actually research. I will do it briefly, and then I will also try to interlink statement or problem with theoretical framework. Okay, now another question. Do you know how to formulate theoretical framework that leads to the conceptual framework?
Prof, your slide
Anyone
is
of you
really,
here?
Prof, your slide shrinking. Can
No, this is question time. This is question time.
Okay.
Yeah, this is question time.
Alright.
Yeah. Ni macam dalam kelas kan kita mesti ada introduction, baru masuk body of knowledge kan.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, someone said not sure. Good. I like the answer. Very genuine. I know you have read a lot, you have studied a lot when you wanted to do your research. Either you are on the process of starting or finishing your study, or you are supervising student. There are some way that you able to frame your mind that these are the principles, there are some formulas, these are procedures in formulating your theoretical framework. And of course, in building your statement or problem, there are some elements that you have to hold. And of course, it doesn't come easily because you have to read a lot. And of course, like operation definition, you read a lot. And to contextualize with your study, you have to have your own operation definition, right? So that is what I'm trying to share from my experience in conceptualizing this statement of problem and formulating theoretical framework. There are some elements, some principles, some procedures that actually make it more easier. That is what I'm trying to address today. Okay, all right. Maybe kita pergi next slide. Sorry ya. I have to juggle with this. Okay. What is research? So everyone knows this. This just recap from last week, so that those who were not here last week, you're able to recap. Of course, it's a very systematic inquiry, and of course, in qualitative, I will say over and over and over again. Qualitative research is more like investigate. You explore. You try to unveil the experience of the experts. Okay, you must remember, we are not the expert. Who are the expert? Our respondent, our peserta kajian, our respondent who take part, who we choose to be our respondent. We don't call it sample because they are not just like a quiz, they are not like biscuit, but they are purposive sampling where we really take consideration the background of our respondent, because we have small numbers that actually represent thick and rich information. So they are the expert that we wanted to learn, because from there we're able to understand their situation, we're able to understand the process they are undergoing. Remember last week I talked about Gertz, who are an ethnographer. Gertz has been Gert's piece of work about Balinese cockfighter. He was there for many months. During that duration, he able to conceptualize and understanding about how the activities of Balinese people who love to have cockfighting, laga ayam. Macam di Kelantan kita panggil laga ayam. So he able to translate the real picture, why we call it as like, this is something I might say very, you might say this is jargon, but for me this is very important. The word is called verisimilitude. I will write here, have you heard about the word verisimilitude? Verisimilitude. Have you all ever heard about this word?
No.
Is this your first time? No, okay. Verisimilitude is a Latin word. It actually telling about the actual pictures of what the experts is doing. Like Gertz, who observed the Balinese cockfighter as an ethnographer, he put his effort as much as being an emic perspective. I talked about emic perspective like last week, right? Remember those who are here? Okay, he are the ethnographer who actually practicing emic perspective, and he able to practice verisimilitude procedure, so that whatever he translate in his writing, he's able to portray, to mirror what actually happened among the cockfighter, among Balinese who love to play or to have the cockfighting situation or environment. Okay, so before we jump into the statement of problem, everyone has to know our theoretical framework. Why I put statement of problem underneath later on, because this is something interconnected. Theoretical framework actually able to scaffold or to put your direction in doing a study. There should be a system of concept whereby there are theories or models or formulas or procedure or concepts that being tied together so that you're able to conceptualize. From that conceptualizing, you're able to develop the construct of your study. When you do your theoretical framework, these constructs are very important, but when you go towards fieldwork, the construct will be labeled as protocols. Okay, so from construct, when it comes into when you develop your material for your fieldwork, it will change from construct into what we call it as protocols. You have protocols for interview, you have protocol for observation, you have all these protocol for analysis documents. So these are the three techniques that are able to direct your study. Okay, next page. Okay. Apart from that, under the theoretical framework, how do you identify, Najmi, next page, how do you identify your theoretical framework? Of course, like, I think slide before, too fast. Okay, Najmi? How do you identify your theoretical framework is that you able to be in your discipline. You're able to know what your discipline. For example, I am from education. So my area will be more like education and specifically on pedagogy. So this is my area of interest. And of course, this will jump into, or you have to jump into what to read so that you're able to support your theoretical framework. And what are the issues? Next slide. What are the issues in your theoretical framework? Some of the issues is that do not, what I might say, like we might squabble, we might like thinking about how to develop your theoretical framework so that it will direct your study. And of course, there are a lot of theories, especially PhD student who still undergoing process of learning. Okay, for example, you might have read you might have read theories from classic theories. Yeah, you might have read theories from mid-range theory. You might have read a lot of micro theory. There are a range of theories. So classic theory could be like humanistic theory, social learning theory, behaviorist theory. But you might try to adjust which theory actually suits into your study. Then you go into the second phase to select mid-range theory. From social learning theory, maybe you're able to capture similar theory that will connect into classic theory, which is like Vygotsky. Vygotsky, zero approximality. Vygotsky, who proposed constructivism. So these are something that you need to understand. were the relevant theories that will match into what you are constructing. And of course, there are a lot of there are a lot of misconception. Yeah, so this is what I'm going to share. Okay, next slide, please. All right. What is theoretical framework? Yeah. So as I mentioned earlier, it's a model. It's a frame that able to support your directions into doing your research. Yeah. So Maxwell, next slide, please. Maxwell has quoted. Yeah. Maxwell has quoted. Najmi, next, please be attentive. Yeah, Najmi. Maxwell has quoted. Theoretical framework is like a system of concepts, assumptions, expectation, beliefs, and theory that support and inform the researcher. That is from Maxwell. Yeah. So Marx and display on infographic. Yeah, he actually able to conceptualize a statement or problem into visual. Yeah, and nanti after this I will show the visual part and the narrative that will explain the infographic. Yeah, so there will be the key factors, the concept, variable, theories, and of course there will be relationship among them. A good metaphor, next slide please. A good metaphor atau dalam bahasa Melayu kita sebut sebagai analogy ataupun tamsilan, is analogy to the house foundation. It has to be solid, and the solid foundation that you even if it can't be seen. Maksudnya, it's something like a house that are a framework. So a house with a structure, and the structure will help us into determining what actually important in our study. Of course, everyone knows what is theory, the concepts, the definition. What Maxwell has already defined is about concepts and proposed relationship among these, and of course, it is joined by a causal relationship. Okay, now to the next slide. Theoretical or conceptual framework. Najmi. The next slide. Okay, theoretical conceptual framework model. Yeah, primarily is the main essence of the theory to provide an explanation of phenomena. I think everyone knows this. A theory is a statement about what is going on with the phenomena that you want to understand. This is very important. And the next thing is that a story about what you think is happening and why. So actually, when you carry out or you conduct your research or you're constructing your proposal, is about thinking on what actually that you want to direct in your research. Yeah. So I would put this as sort of my statement here. Theoretical conceptual framework or model is primarily a conception or model of what is out there that you plan to study and of what is going on with these things and why. So, tapi siapa yang tak faham nanti mungkin boleh tanya. And it's a tentative theory of the phenomenon that you are investigating. A tentative theory because in qualitative study is only about directing your study, because when you able to develop pattern of what you study, you might come towards an emerging data that can expand the original theoretical or conceptual framework that you have developed earlier. Yeah. So next slide. Drawn from your discipline, actually from your discipline, your orientation, for my example, from education, from your discipline, and where do you get the theories? Actually, where do you get theory that I have explained earlier? The theories come from your background of your study. So TF, I will call it as a theoretical framework, is a tool for developing the conceptual framework in our research design. Okay, I would like to touch a little bit on concept cognitive map. Yeah, concept cognitive map in our theoretical background. It's similar to a map in literature review, in your literature map that have figure, you have visual, you have the arrows and so forth. And of course, this concept contain your ideas, the categories, your construct and the relationship between them. So the next thing, what Maxwell has said that a concept map of theory is a visual display of what theory that pictures into your story, into your research, into what you are actually studying. Yeah? And of course, if I could go to the next slide, Majni. Okay, this is something, next slide please. This is something that I would like to emphasize more. All right, next slide please. Okay, have you all have done, I'm sure, I tried that everyone has done this way into constructing theoretical framework whereby theory or any theories, maybe you use few theory like I love to use a very classic theory and I will align it with maybe mid-range theory, micro theory, because as a researcher, you need to be holding certain theory in your practices. I'm an educationist. Najmi, tolong balik ke belakang, belum lagi. I am educationist. So back in my mind, as an educator, I believe I have trust in social learning theory, because in social learning theory, in classic theory, there are mid-range theory, which is constructivism, and there are micro theory, which is base brain theory, which is actually brain-based theory has entailed into social learning theory. So there are principles in all these theories. And of course, when I wanted to run a research, I would seek for a teaching model or delivery model. For example, in OBE, we have UBD, understanding by design by Wigan and McTighe. Or maybe in delivery delivery model or theory delivery concepts or model, we have goal and COP theory maybe. So these theories actually has some similarity into model. For example, principles from the theory or theories and principles from model that you have chose, see the similarity. For example, constructive theory, one of the very salient, very important is reflection and constructing, constructing new knowledge from their prior knowledge. So model in teaching and learning, maybe if I use a COP model, they have something like reflection. They have something like constructing knowledge. So both these theories, principle and principle is in model have similar principle. Then from there you're able to conceptualize principles from theory or theories and model, and there you're able to develop your own construct. I emphasize this because this construct is actually very important when you develop your theoretical framework, and because this will lead into your statement of problem, and of course this construct will be labeled as protocols in your data collection. Protocol for interview, protocol for observation, protocol for your data analysis. So anyone would like to question me on this part? I'm very happy if someone would like to ask this part. So someone asked me what is the difference between theoretical framework and conceptual framework. Thank you, Jing. So theoretical framework for me is the theory that you hold, the model, the concept, the formula, that you hold. Likewise, conceptual framework is more like your running conceptual. Your running meaning what are the elements that you need to understand, what are the construct that you're able to pick up when you run your your research. This is actually intertwined. Yeah. If we read a lot, if you have read like Mariam, I always quote Mariam. Please, those who are doing qualitative research, I have given credit in my slides. In fact, in my worksheet, Mariam, Sharon B, 2009, case study in qualitative research. So she has actually mentioned very, very deeply on how to develop and how to differentiate between TF and CF. And of course, there are a lot of scholars in qualitative research like Maxwell, like Crashwell, like Bogdan, like Huberman, and many more. Okay, I know that many of you have been reading a lot. Okay, Muhammad, how about theoretical lens? But different. Oh, okay. Lens, in my understanding, is more like perspective. We talked about perspective last week, Mr. Muhammad Ali. So maybe you can refer to the video, the link of video that we have posted together. Maybe our Rustia after this can post our video, which we have the link to our video that explain perspective. Okay, thank you for your question. Okay, next slide, please, Najmi. So anyone want to question me about this? How I come up with this part? Any question? Ada tak? Okay, if not, of course, the concept map for your study is about, this is a recap. You got it from your existing theory and people that you are studying. If you are an ethnographer, yeah, you need to know your respondent. If you are grounded theorist, yeah, as I explained last week, grounded theories doesn't have theoretical framework or conceptual framework in their study. They go with zero knowledge because they practice snowball. Yeah, because they practice snowball as they got their data, the data will improve, data will increase until they come to the saturation point, and the grounded theory will actually come up with a new model. So someone maybe later on, if you're all interested, I can also give talk on grounded theory. Okay. Now, next slide, a little bit of exercise. I will give you a minute or two on this exercise. Ask yourself, yeah, how are they related? Yeah, from my above slide just now. Yeah, how was it is related in constructing theoretical framework from theories, principle, and theories from model. So, did you do this when you construct or you conceptualize your theoretical framework? Can I see hands, or can you say yes or no in the chat box? Do you do like this? Do you all do this? Yeah, good, Rosita. A lot. Yeah, okay, thank you. So, meaning to say, you are on the right track. You are on the right track, meaning that you able to shape up your theoretical framework so that your theoretical framework able to direct you into constructing your construct, that this construct is your main pillar or your main foundation for you to develop your protocols, and of course this will lead to your statement of problem. Okay, next, my advice. Next slide. My advice, don't lock yourself into the first set of arrangement you try. Yeah, that's why I've gone through this when I did my PhD back in early 2000, 1990s, late 90s. My supervisor will say, okay, Suria, I'll see you in the next 6 months. Anyone, any of your lecturers is there? Anyone, can I see hands? Did your supervisor say come back in 6 months? Ada tak? No. Or your supervisors are very, very protective and come, like Refa, hi Refa, from my student from Medan. She meets me every week. Betul, Refa? Yeah. Yeah. She has to meet me every week on Googling. Yeah. So I'm very concerned, yeah. But my experience, this is what I've gone through. So you will lock down yourself and you will drown into literature review, so that you're able to come out with your own theories, your own model on constructing the theoretical framework. For Marx and Huberman, he called it as no risk map. Yeah, anything will do. But in constructing a theoretical framework, usually I would wish that we're able to come up principles from various theories or models or concepts or formulas or procedures that you have to conceptualize. That is the word I usually use. Conceptualize similar principle from your theories, from your model, or from your procedures, or from your formulas and so forth. When you conceptualize, this is the statement, when you conceptualize all these principles, you will direct into developing your construct. That is the statement I always use. It's all right if you like to copy it, yeah? Conceptualizing principles in all these models, theory, and so forth, they're able to develop your construct, so that this construct is the pillar of your theoretical framework. Now, I would like to recap back. What is qualitative research? Yeah, it's an umbrella with an array of interpretive techniques for you to see and able to describe, decode, translate, and of course, you able to translate and give meaning to what you are reporting. Not frequency, not numeracy, no statistical. It must be naturally occurring in the phenomena that you are studying. This is very important. Van Manen, and everyone quote Van Manen, his piece of work is superb. I hope after this you're able to look and read Van Manen. It is being replicated and has been referred to many researchers. Yeah. So apart from that, qualitative research is designed towards. I know. Can I have an answer? Qualitative research is designed to do what? Any answer from?
In details information.
Oh yeah, great. Right, good, Ahmad. Who else? Rosita? Actually, qualitative research is designed for what? To clarify situation, right? And phenomena, to determine an intervention that is unanticipated, to define fresh way, and to understand the phenomenon you are studying. Okay, and of course, I've already explained all the characteristics of qualitative research last week. And of course, can you jump into the next slide, Mr. Najmi? Research problems come from. Research problem come from 5 angles in my context, in my understanding. Next slide. Personal experience. Next slide, Najmi. Personal experience, deduction from theory, related literature, current social political issues or political or social issues, and practical situation. Yeah. So this is the characteristic. I wanted you to jump into the next slide. Okay. So research problem come from those areas. Yeah. All right. This is what I just addressed, personal experience. In my case, in doing research, you have come through something that you like to study, and of course that tinkling or tickling your mind, what we wanted to have the answer. Yeah, what is the problem? So we wanted to know more. Okay, so of course, when you identify, your topic must be genuine, feasible, and significant. This is something that you remember, because I need all this. I need you people to understand it before you create your statement of problem. Qual and quant, yeah. If qual is more like looking for, seek for, compared to quantitative, it will be more on identify. But in qual, Yeah, you wanted to see the what is the concept of the teachers who negotiate resolution of classroom discipline problem. He wanted to understand the concept, and he wanted to see, the researcher wanted to see the process. I would like to emphasize, kalau kita tengok beberapa exercise after this, two important element when you construct your qualitative research question. Two major. This is very important. One, the concept. What is the concept being held by your respondent? Let's, for example, my example last week. What is the concept held, H-E-L-D, held by student who undergoing online learning? What is the understanding? That is what we want to understand about student understanding online learning. And what we wanted to see, number two, process of undergoing online learning. These are the two principles that you need to hold when you develop your qualitative statement. Yeah. Okay. Next one. If you could look on number 4, Najmi, how retirees adjust to life after work. Yeah. So we wanted to see, we want to understand. I'm a pensioner, I'm a retiree. Yeah. In my practice, as a retiree, how do I adjust from my 36 years of working as a public servant, and when I retire, how do I adjust my life? Yeah. So researcher would like to interview me who are experts in as a retiree. So they wanted to understand the concept of retirement and the process that I undergoing as a retiree. Again, the example of number 5, yeah, Qual 5. Okay, learner perceptions of conditions that promote online learning. So, two things, to understand the concepts. Please listen. This is very concepts of online learning and the process they undergoing as online learners. So next, next slide. Qualitative research study. Some of the examples. This is some of the example. You like to formulate. Teachers become expert in their field, role of mentors, factors differentiate successful business from those don't fail. Okay, so these are some research questions. And the next one, sample selection. I've already addressed earlier. The sample selection must be purposeful because it will mirror the rich and thick data of your respondent. So please be very careful when you select your research samples or research respondent. Okay, right. I would like to recap before we go for our statement of problem. As qualitative researcher, you need to have this competency. Questioning stance. It means that you're able to formulate or you're able to be very articulate in delivering your question when you interview or when you do your observation note. It's not easy because when your protocol is a very nice statement, but when you meet underprivileged student, underachieved student living in underachieved environment, you might not use the statement that you use in your protocol, but you have to reword it. Yeah. So these are some important information, some important feature, some important procedure that you need to hold. Yeah. I remember when our team went to the native student, orang asli in West Pahang. Yeah. We have construct a very nice statement, our research protocol and so on. But when we wanted to interview the student, the small kids, we did not use the statement that we write on the paper. We have to reword it. Next thing, high tolerance for ambiguity. This is very important because when you are in the fieldwork, you're able to collect everything that in front of you. That is not true. Yeah, that is not the way. So the third one is being a careful observer. Yeah, careful observer. This is very important. You might face humongous data. This is another terminology in qualitative term. Humongous, huge data, humongous, voluminous. I think you have listened to all this terminology. Humongous, humongous, voluminous. You are in the pool, in an oceans of data. Yeah. So you need to understand how to ask questions. You have to think inductively and comfort with writing. Yeah, this is very important. Okay, so these are some characteristics that you need to understand. Okay, next slide, Mr. Najmi. Now, what is statement of problem? Okay, Najmi. All right. I give you a second. Can everyone read? Can you all read? Can you all see the statement on the screen? Guys? Are you all ready? Okay. Right, okay. Thank you. So the problem statement is carefully constructed essay. That's the constructed essay that clearly and succinctly states the problem your research study will have to solve. This is very straightforward statement. Yeah, constructed essay that clearly and succinctly states the problem your research study will have to solve. Yeah, and the construction of the problem statement is embedded in and draws from the theoretical framework of the study. Okay, next slide, please. So, all right, there are three things that you have to identify. This is the one that I took and always used from Merriam. You turn to page upper, Refa. What page is this in Merriam book? Refa? Which page? Page 17, yeah? In page 17 of Merriam, yeah? You were able to see the whole page talking about the formula or the procedure in formulating your statement of problem. 1, gap. Number 2, context. Number 3, the significant or your why you want to study. Okay. Now I give a pause here. What is a knowledge gap? I would like to put you in one situation. Yeah. So everyone listen to my statement. Listen to my statement. For example, I put it as an analogy. For example, you, in front of your house, you have a small garden, a very green garden with a green grass. Are you all following me? Guys? Yes?
Yes, Prof.
Yes, Prof. All right. You have a very nice green garden in front of your house. So what are the color of the grass? Should be fresh green, right? Green.
Yes, green.
All right. Green and a very fresh look. Yeah. Okay. For 2 weeks, you cover up your garden, the green grass garden. And what happened when you open up the canvas after 2 weeks? After 2 weeks, you take out the canvas that you put on the grass. What color it will change? Yellow, oranges, somewhere brownish, and so dying. Okay, Dashmina kata die. Okay. So, do you have some thought? What makes the green grass become browny, dying, yellowish? What is the factor?
There's no sun on the grass.
Oh, it has no sun, there has no water, there's no air. Okay, that is what we call as your assumption. Your assumption. So everyone is following me on, because this is the exercise that I wanted you to know when you develop your problem statement. Because you know that the green grass become yellowish, brownish, or dying. because of no water, no air, no sunlight. That is what you know. Now you wanted to know more, right? To exercise whether the three factor actually factor in to make this green grass getting dying or brownish or yellowish. So that is the gap that we want to research.
Yes.
We want to study. Is it true the green become yellowish because of no air, no water, no sun? So this is the construct that you are going to exercise when you conduct your research at the fieldwork. And number two, context. So your context is the garden. And of course, what is so significant, what is so logic that it's actually pressing for you to go for further research. So these are the three major elements, major principle that you have to hold. For me, if you have more, it's much better. If you read more, maybe you find more. So this actually helps you to formulate your problem of statement. Okay, right. Next thing, I hope any question here? Any question?
No, Professor.
All right, thank you, Zahira. Yeah, of course, we need. Yeah, I've been using some of this analogy for me to make sure our research statement of problem are ready. Because from here, you're able to go and you're going to develop your statement objective, and your statement objective will go into your statement, into your research question. Okay. So next slide, please. So remember, a concept map is not an end to itself, it's a tool. Najmi, next slide. And for developing theory, and you have to rework your concept map as your understanding of the phenomenon develops. And be careful of making your map too elegant. Why I say elegant, you may be emphasizing presentation at the expense of insight. Okay, please go back into the your the worksheet just now. There are 5 exercises that I need to go. Yeah. Boleh Najmi or Rustia upload back the exercise.
Exercise.
Okay. Exercise tadi? Okay. All right. Can you present it, Najmi? The first
Yes.
slide? All right. Everyone, did you download already the exercise?
Yes, Prof. Yes.
Ada? Yes, Prof. Okay, thank you, Ifa. Right. Najmi, can you hold?
Dah share, bro.
Okay, dah share, please. Okay.
Dia sikit kalau kita share ni.
Okay. All right. Now, so this is the exercise. Okay. All right. We go. Make it. All right. Good, Najmi. All right. All right. Let's go together. Let's go together. Tinggikan, Najmi. In your field, what topic of interest to you that you could shape into your study? Okay. In your study, in your topic of your study, what interest that you could shape into a research study? So this is where your the entire that you want to conduct. And then, of course, come back. So this is your intro. Okay, this is your intro that you're able to bring the understanding is on what you want to study. Then secondly, what is the gap? Okay, Najmi, can you concentrate please atas skip?
Bro, dia lambat, bro.
Oh, okay, right.
Dia ada
All
delay
right.
sikit. Sorry.
Okay, tapi tak apa, everyone has their own, you can open up in your own laptop, okay? Number 2 is the gap. Tak usah laju sangat. Number 2 is the gap. Yeah, number 3 is the context. So, from the first sheet, yeah, I've given this example, this I took from Mariam. if you read Miriam, she has an appendix. She has put an attach on this statement. So you know when you read through, there is context, there is significance, and there is gap of knowledge. You come down, bring down. So context, significant, and gap. So from there, you're able to write in your research objective. Okay, from there you're able to write your research objective. Okay, then there are some, so I credit to Miriam. So then you see a very clear problem statement. Yeah, your gap knowledge and significant context, you're able to draw in your objective. From your objective, you're able to draw your research question. Okay, now, before I end up, it's already 11:01. Can I have answers on the chat box? What are the 3 principles when you develop your statement of problem? Come on, quick. Please, Eva, Rosita, Refa, Ahmed, Dashima, please. What are the 3 important formula for you to write your statement of problem? What do you have to do? Sudirman, apa kena tulis? Anyone? Yeah, good. Some more, quick. Knowledge gap. Yeah, you unknown. Yeah. Gap. Yeah, context. Gap. Not only gap. Gap of knowledge. Yeah. Thank you, Rosita. Thank you, Nuru. Thank you, Sudir. And all right, good. Refa, thank you. Well done. Okay, okay. Next, when you have developed that statement of problem in a statement that you have proposed, you are not going to leave it like that, because you need to find a lot of literature to support your issues. For example, in online learning during pandemic, there are a lot and lots of literature that actually has been done before, for example. So this literature issue that has been researched before can support your problem. That is where the beauty of statement of problem will arise. When I assess, I evaluate any thesis, PhD thesis, the first thing I will do is to look methodology. Secondly, I'll go into statement of problem. If these 2 things are right, I will read. If not, I say, okay, 1 year. I will put 1 year, because the statement problem is wrong and the methodology doesn't align with the statement problem. Yeah. Recently, I made a PhD student to 1 year, redo everything, because they wanted to do qualitative research, but it was not mere qualitative, it was more like mere like something else, I don't know. So I said I cannot compromise. This piece of work doesn't reflect qualitative research. Okay, good. Normazlina, you have taken the 3. Thank you, Dr. Ainul. Dr. Ainul from where? Dr. Ainul Wahida, where are you from?
PKW, Prof.
Oh, Ainul. Okay, thank you. Mazita? Very good answer. Normazlina, where are you from?
FBI, Prof.
Okay, thank you. Right. There are a lot of worksheet that I've given. I voluntarily allow you people to use it. Study it well. Okay, put your effort to understand. And please, so that whenever you write your statement of problem, this will be your principle. So hold this principle so that in the future or now when you are doing your research proposal, you're able to do the correct thing. Yeah? I always emphasize with my PhD student, yeah? If you want to do well, do it well. Now, if not, you go back and still read and read and read and read. Okay. Well, before we end up, Dr. Najmi, we allow how many questions, Najmi?
Maybe 1 or 2 questions.
Okay. I welcome any question, please, now.
Assalamualaikum, Prof.
saya. Cik La.
Abdullah, Prof. Prof,
Okay.
how about the phenomenological study, then how we went to address the problem?
You are talking about perspective.
Research problem.
Gini,
Problem
gini.
of statement of problem.
You tadi nak tanya pada phenomenology. Phenomenology is perspective. Which one you nak? Phenomenology atau statement of problem now?
Now, if maybe I'm wrong. Based my understanding, from the phenomenological also can derive research problem. Is it right?
Okay, I would like to put it clear, Cik La. Phenomenological is one type of perspective. Macam juga epistemology, macam juga inquiry, participative, macam case study. So do not mix these two. Phenomenological is an epistome for one of the study, one kind of the study. Tapi statement of problem ni mesti ada dalam semua jenis study. Okay? Cik La? Statement of problem ni mesti ada dalam semua. Dalam qualitative research sama ada inquiry based ke, phenomenology ke, ethnography ke, grounded theory ke, case study ke, all these are perspective. Dalam all these perspective, you must have statement of problem. No statement of problem mean your thesis or research gone case, just throw into the longkang, just throw into the drain. Habis, tak boleh. So you have to understand the epistome between the epistemology between perspective and statement of problem. Two different things. Okay, Cik La?
Okay, Prof.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Prof.
Alright, good question. Okay, Siti Nur Zahira. Two questions. Any difference between the term of respondent? Okay. You can use either respondent or informant. Okay, kalau gunakan respondent throughout your thesis, guna respondent 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Informant 1, 2, 3. Tapi when you write in your demographic profiling, you have to explain. Respondent 1 without the name must be no name, represent blah 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 blah. Or informant 1, 2, 3, 4. Can we have guideline for Qual Research for PPTA too? We are now only have one. Apa maksudnya, Dr. Zahira? Can we have what guideline for? Dr. Azwin, ni mesti from FKP ni.
Ya, Prof. Kalau saya faham soalan tu sebab this is because in Faculty of Entrepreneurship and Business, we have the guideline for final year project assignment kan. So that's why for final year project, normally it's quantitative based.
Betul dia tak masa,
Dia nak explore towards qualitative and I believe Dr. Zahira is asking for guideline using qualitative.
Okay, all my slide you all ambil, then you do your own guidelines.
You must faculty based lah. Each faculty has their own faculty guideline.
Alright, good.
So we have
Thank you.
another question from Noor Asia Hassan.
Okay, if I'm not mistaken, you mentioned okay, too many theories will make you headache. Not Asia. What I meant just now, I have 3 cohort, the three trail, one trail but 3 different timeline, 3 different time. Classic theory, there are 4 classic theory: social learning, behaviorist, humanistic, and cognitive. So these are the 4 classic theory. Watson lah, Pavlov ke, Bandura ke, siapa ke? Piaget ke siapa. So from these 4 theories sampai hari ini, from until now, they have actually divert and they have already developed mid-range theory. Macam social learning theory, they have constructed mid-range theory, dia dah constructed constructivist theory yang proposed by Vygotsky. From this constructive theory, they come into micro theory. So it was the same classic theory and it entered into mid-range theory, and from mid-range theory it comes out into micro theory. You know why? because every theory have critics. Semua theory they have people who criticize because they might at that point of time masa Piaget keluarkan teori dia, when Piaget developed his theory, he thought he's all the best. But when someone see Piaget theory is not relevant at that point of time, he will criticize and come up with their own theories, and that will come into the next theory. But it align, and the principle are similar. Cuma dia cohort tu came from different what we call different era. Classic theory during the Western civilization. Then mid-range theory come after that. Micro theory is now. Now, like I use Brace-Bain learning theory. Brace-Bain learning theory, micro theory is just a piece of what Piaget has already addressed in his classic theory. I think you all read more. If you feel like asking, maybe next time. Please hold material. Yeah, Anthony Peter, where are you from? Anthony, where are you from? Mr. Anthony?
Hello, I'm from
Tunisia.
Malaysia.
Malaysia. Okay, sorry. Okay, I thought
So maybe another question from Mama Ali. Is the
Technology Malaysia
must have the theoretical framework model? It's okay if we have only
yeah,
the
of course.
theoretical lens.
Yeah, of course. You might use some book might use as theoretical lens. Some book, but my take is always qualitative research must have framework, theoretical framework that the model is actually for you to direct the study. Okay, but if you are a grounded theorist who conduct grounded theory research, you actually being advised not to have anything. You go with zero knowledge. Okay.
Okay, maybe have
it's already past 12. It's already past 12.
Yes,
past 11.
maybe Prof. Rosita from UPNN.
Prof Suria. Okay, yes, boleh dengar tak? Sebab saya punya line ni
Clear,
on and
Prof.
off.
Carry on, Prof. Clear.
I just want to ask Prof Suria, because for master student, we only have about around 6 months to complete their final year project in research, and their research is quite extensive. So instead of using quanti, that's why I suggest some of them to go for qualitative. And being a supervisor, I'm very lacking in quali because my research basically on quanti. So Prof, kalau short period, I mean the duration is too short, quali is a better choice, right? I just want to confirm that.
It depends on your willpower. I did my qual during my masters. I can finish within 6 months.
Okay.
But your sample size must be small, and your focus should, and then the time for doing fieldwork is shorter. But you're able to get the pattern of what you want to study. That was, you need to really plan well. Yeah. Even for PhD. You know, your fieldwork is about 3 months actually. Fieldwork is for 3 months with your collecting data and also analysis. And nanti saya cerita bila mining your data next to series, mining data tu mesti go together.
Okay.
Right.
I can see that some of them already message me and they say after your series today, and they say okay, we want to change to qualitative because they want
Wow, that's
so Prof, I invited most of my students here, and we're very happy, Prof, because I mean we are a bit lag behind in terms of
show hand you a PNN, can I see your faces?
PNM, please comment all the UPNM.
Ya, kena halal ni ilmu ni.
Ya, UPNM mana lagi?
Oh, handsome-nya. Wow, Sega and handsome.
Muhammad Zul.
Okay.
Zafari.
Thank you. Finally, we come to the end part of our sharing today because we just overrun with some hiccup at the early stage of this presentation. We would like to say thanks again to panel Prof. Suria for informative and interesting talk, and to the audience for the very participant and active involving in this series. Hopefully the presentation will be benefit for everyone. We will looking forward for the third series soon. Thank you for your attention. All right.
Someone wanted to have this material. This is 6 series. So every series we will embed the recorded video attached to our invitation. Right? So those who wanted the material, you can have it when we circulate our e-banner and our details. Okay, thank you Najmi for your help and for your support. You have been very amazing, very helpful. And to every one of you, I must say thank you so much. You have been very wonderful. You have been patient with me. I might say sometimes my voice will be a bit louder, a bit very strong, but my intention is very clear. I want every one of you to get the message of being good statement of problem. Hopefully, with this session, I trust that everyone is able to formulate and go back and look at your statement. Okay, everyone, thank you. Stay safe and see you next series. Bye-bye, Bulan, Dr. Najmi. Okay. Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
InsyaAllah.
Terima kasih.